should be in a contract, because what is in a contract also determines the scope of the contract. If something is not in the contract, then it is not covered in it. And so anything happens that is in line with what is not in the contract, then you are not protected. So I have around 7 things that should be in a contract that I think and I believe that should be in your contract. Number 1, the full scope of the work performed. For example, if you're a wedding photographer, your contract should state, well, this is what we are doing and this is what we are delivering. For example, we are doing wedding photography for 6 hours or for 8 hours from this time to this time, and after that we are delivering these images maybe on a gallery, we are doing a DVD or a hard drive, and all those things. Those are the things should be the scope of the work. This is what we are doing, and after that this is what we are delivering. And so that should be well stated in the contract. Number 2, there should be the timelines. Now everything has to have deadlines and timelines, and so it is important for you to state in your contract, we are doing this scope of work for this amount of hours. Or for example, if it's a wedding, we are shooting for 6 hours that day. Then number 2, we are delivering the pictures after, for example, 1 week, that is 7 days, or 2 weeks, 14 days, depending on how you work and how comfortable you are. And so the contract should contain the timelines. That also gives your client an expectation that I should expect my deliverables after 14 days. And so now when it is before 14 days, she will not have demands on you and say that you are late. But after 14 days, then she can start and say, you told me that the contract says that after 14 days I get my deliverables. However, you have not given them to me. And so those are the things that should be in your contract. So number 3 is the exact due date. And so it's important for you to be stated in the contract that I am delivering these things not only after 14 days, but on the 7th of April 2020, for example. And so it is important for you to have the exact due date part of the contract. And so when you are doing all that, it gives the client an assurance that at exact this date I'm expecting these deliverables. I think the most important thing about the contract is it should be as specific as possible to avoid any loopholes, especially when you go to lawsuits. You will know that your contract has a loophole if it has no details. And so make sure that there are details to the latter about every specific thing that is needed to be in the contract. Number 4, it is the payment amounts and terms. For example, as a wedding photographer, I like having the specific amounts. For example, I'm being paid 100,000 Kenya shillings, or maybe $1,000, and it should be paid into installments. For example, an 80% deposit of $800 or 80,000 shillings before the wedding, and 20,000 shillings or $200 of the remainder on the day of the wedding when I finish shooting. So those are agreements. Another person will have a totally different agreement, maybe 50% deposit before the wedding, or maybe 2 weeks before the wedding, and then on delivery of the deliverables should have another 50%. All of us run businesses differently, but depending on the model of your business, you could decide to name it anyhow. However, for my business, I do an 80% deposit before the wedding, and then on the day of the wedding, you pay the rest of the 20%. And so that's my model of business. So the contract puts down and outlines the payment amount and the payment method, or either you're doing cash, or you're doing check, or you're doing in deposits, or you're doing full amounts at once. That should be stated in the contract. Remember, I told you earlier that money, when it comes to money, things go crazy. When it comes to money, things go crazy. So protect yourself. Number 5 is circumstances when the contract is terminated. For example, what happens if the contract is terminated? For example, if you're a wedding photographer and then you have already booked the date, and then the client decides to postpone the wedding or terminate the contract for another photographer. How do you handle that situation? Is there maybe a damage payment because you had already booked your day and signed a contract, and now you're terminated? Do you have damages paid because of breaching of contract? So those are the things that should be stated in the contract. Remember, they should be professional as possible. And you see, there are standards of legal contracts in your country. You should research about that. And so, for example, in our country, it is okay for you to charge a damage fee from your client when he terminates a contract before the maturation date. And so, for example, if a client is paying 100,000, my contract would state if the wedding is terminated before time, then there is a 20% retainer. Now, for my business, it works because I should have booked another client that day, but then I'll have lost the client if you terminate your wedding. So, or if the client terminates the wedding. So what will happen is that I have to make sure that I protect myself, that day I won't lose money. And so that's how I protect myself. So that's the way I do business. You may not do the same, but that's an example of how you protect yourself. Number 4 is non-disclosure clause. Now, what is a non-disclosure clause? That is an agreement between you and the client that every detail that is in the contract or any kind of business and dealings you do with that company or a person or an organization is secret. It should not go to an outsider or anybody else, because when you're working, for example, with big companies as photographers, you may expose yourself to very many secrets that are in the company that may be may give maybe a competitor an advantage over the company you're working for. And so it is important for these companies to have their secrets within themselves, and so they make you sign a non-disclosure document, which also should be part of your contract. For example, when I do a wedding with a client, there is a non-disclosure clause where that things like the price of the wedding should not be disclosed. I am the one to give the price, don't give the price. And so non-disclosure clauses are very important. And as simple as this, it is an agreement that every information should be kept part of our agreement. Outside the business, you have no business talking about it. So it's a non-disclosure clause. So that also, I think, should be part of your contract. It will make you be a person to be trusted. Now, the final point is the terms related to a failed obligation. For example, I as a photographer may fail to deliver as per the client's or as per the contract. What will happen? For example, when you may agree we are going to court, or we are going to go the way of lawsuit, but some others will decide instead of going to a lawsuit, let's use an arbitrator. And so, for example, in my contract, I would prefer an arbitrator other than going to court. That's according to my contract, because an arbitrator is a bit expensive. However, it is more safer for business to go to an arbitrator than to go for a lawsuit in court. It may end up being a huge case or a bit expensive. And so, what are the obligations? What happens when we fail to meet obligations? What happens when the client fails to meet his or her obligation? And so that's what should be stated in the contract. For example, we may decide on the failure of delivering as per the contract, then we should seek for arbitration from an unregistered arbitrator. So that's, for example, on the terms of failed obligation. And so always make it very clear whether you want the lawsuit or you want an arbitrator. It's up to you. But then you should also educate your clients about your contract. Let them have, for example, 2 days to read on it, to ask questions, and then they can sign it afterwards. And so it is important for you to have a contract. Now, the free thing I'm supposed to give you is a free template of the contract that I use. It is legal. It is made, it is created and drafted by a registered lawyer, a registered lawyer in the bar of the High Court of Kenya, for those who are Kenyans. And so it is I've already paid for it, guys. I've already paid for it, but I'm giving it for free to you to use. There is a template, and also there is the contract that I use as the J Creative Studio. So you will see both documents. All you need to do is click on the link in the description below, and you will be directed to it. You can download it and use it. All you need to do is change your logo, change the name of your clients, and that template is there for you to use. Thank you. That's a thank you to me for being my fans, for being part of this channel. And so make sure that you download it and use it. If you have any questions, make sure that you also email me. My email will be in the description below, or you can call me or WhatsApp me or text me. I am there to answer every question and to clarify any clause that is there. There are so many things that I have included in my my contract or that contract that really have protected me, including model release. What is a model release? A model release is where you use your client's pictures for your Instagram and those stuff. There are those you can post their pictures on Instagram and there's a whole issue. So that should also be covered in the contract. My contract has even a whole clause on during the wedding day, my photographers should eat at the high table. Something as simple as that, but it's part of the contract. So it's just protecting yourself, make sure that you have the best experience for your client and also for your guys, for the crew, and everything runs smoothly. So click below in the description and it will just ask you for an email address. Put in your email address and then you'll be free, have access to the document. Download that, put both the two documents. One is a PDF document that will show you how my contract is drafted, and the other is an Word or Google Docs document that you can use to edit so that you can be able to use it for your business. Thank you very much. I hope you liked this episode. I hope it was not that long, and if it was long, I apologize. However, I think I have given you value concerning the contract. So make sure that you use your contract. Always contracts. Always use contracts, whether it is a 5,000 shillings job or a 10,000 shillings job or 100,000 shillings job or a million shillings. Whether you're working for your family or you're working for your friend or you're working for a stranger, make sure you use a contract. In fact, those friends and those family members may be the ones to play you. So protect yourself. Always use a contract. Thank you guys. I hope you have subscribed to our channel. And if you have not subscribed, I am waiting on you now. Click on the red subscribe button below. Make sure that you click on it. That way you get notifications every time we release a new video. Also, do not forget to click on the bell icon. And when you click on the bell icon, it will bring you 3 options. Click all. Do not want to be notified for some videos. Click all videos so that you can receive all notifications for all videos. They are full of content. I think my passion is to inform you as a photographer what you ought to do as a business, and so make sure that you click on it. But it will be so much honor if you clicked on the red subscribe button. Also a thumbs up. Click on the thumbs up. If you have any other questions, make sure that you put them in the comment sections below. Email me personally. Also, if you want us to create a specific video for a specific topic, please put in the comment section below. We'll be there for you. So until next time, let's be creative, let's be at peace. The coronavirus will end, and let's continue creating.